On the 14th of January 1962, at Brinterian Hospital in Llanelli, a 73-year-old lady passed away. The name on her death certificate was Gladys Johnson, otherwise Pilkington, but both these names were false. She was born Gladys Jones, and on the 1st of October 1919, she married Harold Greenwood, a solicitor from Kidwelly. It was here at Rumsey House that Harold Greenwood brought his new bride Gladys to live. Today it is a chapel, but in 1919 it was a grand country house. The marriage set the wagging tons of Kidwelly moving at top speed. For less than 4 months earlier, Harold Greenwood had buried his first wife, Mabel. She had been taken ill on the afternoon of Sunday the 15th of June 1919 and had died in the early hours of Monday morning. The doctor had certified the death as being that of heart disease. The gossip and rumour grew ever stronger, and in April 1920, Mabel Greenwood's body was exhumed. On examination by Home Office experts, traces of arsenic were found, and Harold Greenwood was arrested and charged with his wife's murder. The case against Greenwood was flimsy, to say the least. It is generally accepted that motive, means, and opportunity have to be present for a prosecution to succeed. Did Greenwood have a motive? It was said that he was a bit of a ladies' man and was having an affair with Gladys while his wife Mabel was still alive. Mabel Greenwood came from a wealthy family, and it was her income that enabled Harold Greenwood to enjoy the life of a country gentleman. On her death, the income ceased, and Harold Greenwood became penniless. Greenwood had the means to kill his wife. He had recently purchased a large quantity of arsenic-based weed killer, but he had done so quite openly, without any attempt to hide the fact. And he certainly had the opportunity. He was there at the relevant time. But then, so were a lot of others. Appearing for the defence was arguably the greatest barrister of all time, Sir Edward Marshall Hall, and he realised that there were glaring gaps in the prosecution's case. When he questioned the doctor who had attended Mabel Greenwood, Dr. Griffiths, he ascertained that he had given the poor woman 2 grains of morphine, enough of the deadly drug to have killed her instantly. He now changed his story and said that he had given his patient 2 grains of opium, a relatively mild sedative. Marshall Hall realised that a main plank of his defence had been taken away and tore into the doctor. After his rather brutal cross-examination, the court was in no doubt that his evidence could no longer be relied on. Building on this, Marshall Hall now played his trump card. It was the contention of the prosecution that the poison had been administered in a bottle of Burgundy that was served at lunchtime on that Sunday. But Irene Greenwood, the daughter, now gave evidence that she too had drunk from the bottle without any ill effects. The judge, in his summing up, stated that if you believed Irene Greenwood, and there was no reason to think that she wasn't telling the truth, then the prosecution case must fail. It did, and Harold Greenwood was acquitted. The acquittal of Harold Greenwood left many unanswered questions. Was Mabel Greenwood murdered, or did she die of natural causes? If she was murdered, who did it? This was a typical Agatha Christie dinner table crime. Only a certain number of people were present. The killer must be one of them. Harold Greenwood was an unlikely killer. That leaves the maid, Hannah Williams, and the daughter, Irene. The cook was away that day through illness. The maid had little reason to kill her mistress, which leaves Irene Greenwood. Was this a case of matricide? Irene was not questioned or asked to give evidence at the initial hearing at the magistrate's court. Why did she leave the house or was thrown out on the day her father was acquitted? Why did she pay a local man 10 shillings to completely obliterate all traces of her mother's grave? There are many questions like these that need answering, but there are no fingerprints left now. There are no samples of DNA to be taken and examined. But perhaps there is another way to get the answers. Today, for the very first time, we are going to call upon the services of an expert in communication with the dead. Diane Lloyd Hughes has been a psychic for many years, and during that time has helped many people. Today, we are going to ask Diane for help in solving this mystery.
Hello.
Hi. After you. Keep going, keep going, keep.
I'm getting quite a strong feeling whilst I'm here. It seems quite a cold house. The area seems quite cold outside as well. So I don't have very good vibes about this house at all. In here, the furniture layout is mostly around this area. I feel that there was another room here as well. I've got the feeling of another room being here. I keep seeing quite a small lady rushing around. So I feel she's a cleaner or a maid. She's around this area. She's with us now. Very quick. I'm quite a nervous person. I got a lot of energy with her. Possibly the cleaner. Definitely the cleaner, actually. That's the feeling I'm getting. She keeps wanting to take me through the room, through there, that door there. That's the feeling I'm getting.
Lead on.
I feel she's the person that's leading me now. Is definitely the cleaner. Shall I go? Spent most of her time in and out here. Very cold feeling in here, very cold. She's saying that she didn't have a brilliant rapport with the lady of this house. She tended to have kept herself to herself. I feel that's going into some kind of a cold room there as well, just through this door here. Is it possible to go in here? Yes. She liked those stairs here. She spent her time going up these stairs. Is it? I'll have to go up here. I keep getting drawn up here. And I've actually been told, be careful of the stairs before I'm actually going up here. She used to rush down these stairs. She keeps telling me to say that she's still around. I need to tell people that she's still around. A lot went on. A lot of discussions went on in here as well. I'm trying to ask about other people that were also in this house. She's quite excited to be here. That's why I'm feeling rather cold. The time she's saying that she spent here wasn't always a good time. Yes, she said she'd done a lot of cleaning. The gentleman of the house kept himself to himself, she's saying. Every time I'm asking, she doesn't really want to go on to the subject of the people in the house, so I feel she wants to talk about herself. She liked it here. But the people of the house are still getting not very good feelings. She's saying there were some nice flowers out there as well. Spent a lot of time up and down those stairs. I'll go back through here, please. I was told not to go through there, but I'm quite curious myself. What is through here? She's telling me no. I don't know why she's telling me not to go here. Oh, do you want me to go here? Sorry. I've got to go back down these stairs here. Walk on, I'm told. The lady of the house usually rushed past her. They like to dine properly. They did eat properly here. I feel there was money in the house. I feel there was definitely many people that was actually living in this house. The lady of the house was not always a happy person. She didn't always come across very well to people. She kept herself to herself. Because even now, I'm feeling her presence, but I feel that she wants to scurry off. I can even feel the lady, the cleaner, I feel, taking me around. Have another look in here. Am I having another look? Let's have a look. There is a good feeling in here, but I do see the lady of the house crying in this room. I do feel she got quite upset. Quite a smart lady, I'm seeing. She wore nice clothes. Quite expensive clothes. But I'm not always happy. Right, so I do feel I'm getting the vibes of the lady of the house here, and I don't feel she's always happy. She wasn't always happy. I'm asking her to express herself, talk to me. I'm getting very nervous, very anxious, a horrible feeling. She wasn't always happy within this house, whether it was to do with her love life, her husband. Yes. Feelings, I'm getting quite strong here. Take me up the stairs. Let's go up the stairs here. That's okay. The lady of the house didn't always answer the door. So I feel there was somebody that answered the door. The cleaner wasn't always needed in this house. Not all throughout. I feel the hours were changing at some stages. Things have changed a lot here, haven't they? Let's go up here a minute. It's okay. Just couldn't cope with the pain. The feeling I'm getting now is if I want to sit down, if I want to lie down, I don't know what to do actually, because I feel this lady. She's got pains. That's how she died. She's got pains, perspiring. Not enough people were there to help her. They didn't know what to do for her. Excuse me, if I can go down here. Permanently got a book. Spent a lot of time with books. He liked his bookshelves. Expressed himself very well, come forward very well, talked very well. I don't feel there's always a lot of time, attention towards the wife. Quite sad within. So I feel that she portrayed to be very confident and sure of herself, but not within. There was a lot going on inside her. When I say that, I don't feel she was truly happily married with this gentleman. I also feel that he had lady friends around him. I do feel that. Whether she knew this. She knew this. She knew that she couldn't have control. It's a bit harsh really, but he wasn't focusing on her. I found that she noticed that he was looking at other women. She wasn't very happy with that. Many times that she would cry in her bedroom as well. I was helped to pass over. I don't know how to express that. How was you helped to pass over? It's quite unusual. Shaken. The lady's shaken. She keeps telling me that she couldn't stand, she couldn't sit, she couldn't do anything, and she was feeling very ill, actually. I've got this lady in bed. She's very comfortable with me standing here. I don't know why, but this is the feeling that I'm getting. I'm seeing a hand outside of a bed. She's quite clammy, quite hot. I'm seeing a doctor there. No, let's pacify you. No. And that's all she kept getting was no. She didn't know whether to try and get out of bed. She's quite wet, so I feel that she was wet at the time, whether it was perspiring. She actually wasn't capable of getting out of the bed to go to the toilet. I feel that, I don't even know, I'm going far back. I'll go for it, 1919, 1918, I'm going around that time. Push me up a bit, tell me more. She's happy to talk now, okay, so I feel she's happy to talk. She's taken the bad feelings away. I'm still happy that I haven't got the way that she passed over. It's if it shouldn't be spoken about. I'm okay now. The horrible feeling I am getting, though, is that she wanted to go. That horrible feeling that she wanted to pass over. Again, I've got this word helped, which I'm not very satisfied with. They weren't very happily married. It wasn't a happy marriage here. It wasn't her husband. It wasn't. Although he's here in the house, when I seen him walking down the stairs earlier, he was rushing off. I do feel he's ashamed. That's how he's portraying to be to me. So he's here in the house, but he's scuttling off. Him and his books. That's... Lady done it to her. The lady done it to her. I don't feel he didn't. The husband didn't do it. But he didn't show any interest in her. I feel that's what she's trying to express now. She's living with her guilt, so I feel the lady's done the damage. She felt very dry in her throat, very thirsty. That's the feeling I'm getting now, very thirsty, very dry. Tell me more. I'm asking now, well, who are you talking about? Because I'm hearing she done it. Continuously hearing she done it. But I'm trying to picture who was she showing me? I'm asking, was it the cook? Feel a strong feeling. Emptiness feeling. She was let down by a lady. Okay, who was it? Come on. How did you die? Through sickness. Okay, tell me more. How else did you die? Okay, how did you pass over? Tell me. She was told she was very ill. Okay. Nothing would settle her. Nothing would relax her. Okay, tell me more. Give me more feeling. Tell me more. My husband didn't do it. That's the thing she keeps putting forward very strongly. Okay, so keep asking that question. Who did it to you?